Okay, yeah. I was for a second I thought I had my sound off, but I think we're good now. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, absolutely, I can.
Okay, so um, of course, this is the intro. I went back to the uh, slogan that we had before, which is
Okay.
the AI utility you can't trade without. Um,
Yes.
because we addressed the losses, how much traders are losing and those type of things later on in the deck. So I thought that the original slogan you had, would suffice. All right. And then the problem. So this kind of touches on what I was saying last week.
If
Um,
you're sharing, I can see your screen if you're sharing.
you can't see it anymore.
I can see, but I see a desktop with a browser.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, let me see.
I can see. I think you're sharing something. You're not sharing the correct.
Okay, let me go back to here. Stop sharing. Still getting used to Teams.
Right.
Okay, what about now?
Yes, I can now.
Okay, you can see the deck.
Yes.
Okay,
That looks nice. Very nice.
awesome. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's what I was just saying. Keeping that same slogan there at the top that we had before. And then this is like what we were talking about last week.
Hmm.
Um, you know, so based on the research I've done, the annual trading losses globally is between $8 and $10 trillion a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's way like that's like times way bigger than what we got right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I did my quote unquote deep research right through with ChatGPT, and that's what we came up with.
Interesting.
So I just kind of stayed on the low end of that range
Right.
at 8 trillion. So $8 trillion in annual trading losses worldwide, and then 90% of traders lose money every year because they rely on scattered tools, conflicting data, and bad timing. Right. So I just felt like it was important for us to state that problem, right, in that just one line, right. So that's why I kept it pretty straightforward, because it just simplifies the problem for the VCs. Um, then the solution, same thing. We talked about this last week. I felt like at the end of the day, obviously there are a lot of different features within the product, which we can see here on the left. But the main solution is what we have here in the center, on the right in the white space. That of course we're using AI with 93.7% accuracy. Um, and then the vision, I kept that the same, so nothing new there. I felt like the vision was that slide was really good, like we talked about. Same thing for technology and IP. I essentially, I'm basically just kind of deferring to you, right, on this slide. Um, so I kept that the same as well. Competitive edge. So I took away the four columns that we had of the other,
I see.
yeah, the other
Okay.
four companies, Cave
Okay.
Out or Cab Out, and so on and so forth. Reason for that is because I felt like those companies, you had like kind of yellow markers. Some of them had yellow markers, some of them had green markers, which suggests that they have some of these features that we have or similar features. But I want to focus on the companies that don't have any of the features, right,
Hmm.
that we have, because that, you know, kind of narrows the scope, if you will, right? Like we don't want to point out that there are some companies that have some of the features or similar features that we do. We want to focus on the companies that have none of the features we do, right? So that was kind of the thought process there. And then and then I kept these pretty much the same. On the left hand side. Total addressable market, same thing that we saw in the problem slide. $8 trillion a year is a total addressable market. So then this is how it breaks down, with 66% of that being crypto, 16% forex, 17% stocks and options, less than 1% derivatives. Of course, got our sources here and the methodology, that we used, and then we have, kind of restating the TAM, and then the path to trillions. We kept that the same as well. And then revenue B2B. I did not change this. This is the slide that I already liked originally, so I did not want to change this. I think that it, clearly states the earning potential, and how big the company can be. So that makes the most sense to me. So that, again, it stayed the same. I don't know if we included the growth rate though. So I did include the growth rate here, year over year. And then this was the one that totally changed, right? So the funding ask, I know, we were looking for, I think it was 168,000 for the remainder of this year, and then for next year it's like 3.6 or 3.8 million. But I've, as you can see here, raised that up to 12 million for the seed round. I feel like that is, based on some of the research I've done, that gives us runway for 24 months, right? As opposed to, so for 2 years as opposed to 5 years. So, and we can go through that research and things that I did to come up with this figure. But this is how it breaks down, without much changing for, at a high level in terms of how we're breaking down the funds. Majority of the funds are going into product and AI, followed by the go-to-market strategy. So basically marketing and sales and the partner integrations, and then the team, and then lastly compliance, which, unless I've missed something, I don't see too much of a emphasis on that in the previous version of the slide, but I do think it's important that we have, we have a budget for compliance when you're dealing with AI solutions. The industry is, a lot of these finance companies, especially the larger ones that we're targeting. Myself, having worked at 2 finance companies in the past, one of them being a really large bank. Compliance is a big thing with them. It's a really big thing with them. They have to, in order for them to make virtually any changes, they got to go through all these jump through all these hoops when it comes to compliance. So that's why I wanted to make sure we had that budget for that. But yeah, also the 12 million seed round. I think from a VC's perspective, when our ask is lower, like the 168,000 or the 3.6 million, it almost causes them to question why we would be asking for so little funds when we're trying to scale and we're anticipating so much revenue. Like it doesn't, like, relative, like the funding ask relative to the amount of revenue that we were projecting, like, didn't really align. So that was another reason why I felt like we had to really up the funding ask here. And then you can see the milestones here, for that first 24-month runway, and then the opportunity, again, revenue and the way that breaks down is just instead of 5 years, I broke it down into two, right? So the revenue, net income, your average revenue per partner, basically stays the same. So yeah, you got anything for me, Victor, for this slide or questions or?
Honestly, I really do like it. In fact, I wanted to say when we're done, you can send this to me. I can update what we have because I like it. It's more easier to look at. So you're
Right.
looking at, you can identify not even the slide, all the slides.
Yeah.
All the slides are straightforward. Like at a glance, I can see, which is critical.
Right.
And I really appreciate you taking the time to do this for sure.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure, absolutely.
So yeah, that's
so the pattern. One thing, the pattern for 2 years. Now that we looking at this, we could go more aggressive on the patterns now.
You said we go
right now. That's okay. So you divided it by 2. I'm thinking we could, because we have a lot of things to patent. A lot.
Right. I saw the pipeline is pretty deep.
A lot, yeah. So thinking if we that's something we could discuss.
Okay.
We can move some money from the outsourced teams. I mean, what would the outsourced teams do? Anything around here will be developing a mobile app, which most likely we can have in-house, just do it instead of outsourcing it. So I'm thinking of maybe moving the 50% of that money to the pattern. But this structure is perfect. I won't change anything. It's just easy, clear.
Cool.
I want to take this. Let's use this as the main deck.
Okay.
And I like the way you removed those competitors, because it's also easier. When I saw 4 and they're red, those 4 companies that are not doing anything we're doing.
Right, exactly.
So TradingView, Metastock, I think that was really clever, because now I can just see the right, I can see the left.
Right.
Previously, you have to stay there a bit. So I think you're very good with content and presentation. It shows you have experience, which is really critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my fair share of experience, with creating.
Yeah, I can see it. Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Okay. And then the other thing with the seed rounds, I know we were looking to, at least in the original deck, we were looking to raise for 5 years out.
Right.
Based on the research I did, because that was something else we talked about last week, that we would kind of go over how much we were looking to raise for every round. Basically ChatGPT is essentially saying it doesn't make any sense for us to really worry much about future fundraising rounds until we do what we're supposed to do with this round, right? We have to perform with the first round, right? And then just kind of like we were talking about last week when we were saying outcome based, right? Like making sure that our projects are outcome based. It's kind of the ChatGPT essentially was saying that's kind of the same thing when it comes to fundraising, right? You have to do what you say you're going to do with that first round of funding before you even have to worry about the next round, like the seed B and seed C, so on and so forth.
Right.
The investor, basically, it's like the VCs they're not going to give you, give us money for future years until we prove that we can execute, now.
Right.
So that was kind of the reasoning behind that too.
One thing before you go ahead,
mm-hmm.
I did update the deck with hedge funds. So we've seen, I don't know if you saw it, just to give you a quick summary, hedge funds, they lose over 20 billions on quant resource, infrastructure, data services,
mm-hmm.
and their average return is 5% yearly.
Mm.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
when I looked at the numbers, overall there is 8,200 hedge funds globally.
Okay. How many?
So
You kind of broke up for a second.
8,200 hedge funds.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and majority of them they're managing asset under management less than $1 billion. So if you look at the last deck I sent, you would notice that I splitted the hedge funds into four tiers. Tier one is hedge funds that are managing assets less than $1 billion, which is majority of them, roughly 90%.
Okay.
So when I did a 25% conversion rate, we could generate revenue up to 9 billion
Wow.
for 24, basically 2050 thereabout hedge funds. It's not heavy the way we are structuring the deals.
Okay. Is that annually?
Annually, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the current deck, the latest one I said, it's version 5 or version 6.
Yeah.
You will see. Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know how much that would change with what you have now, but it's just some numbers for you to add or play with.
Yeah. 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 I'll take a look at those and figure out how to or where to add those in.
Yep,
I think right now, um, the opportunity itself is clear though. I feel like to the VCs, I feel like, they'll be able to tell pretty quickly, especially when we get to when we get to this slide here, how big the opportunity is for them.
right.
You know what I mean? So it's like when
Yeah,
we're already projecting $20 billion annually in revenue. So you know, adding another nine, we can do that and we should do that. We will do that. Like it makes sense. But I'm just saying, in terms of how large the opportunity is, they'll be able to see
right,
that clearly. You know.
right, right.
Um,
I just didn't want us to close that opportunity that we also have other types of customers, not just partners.
right. Okay.
Extras. Yeah, that's the point. It's not even the money,
Okay.
it's the like, oh, we have it, it's there.
That
We can
market.
start chasing. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. But yeah, I'll figure out where to add that in. And then
Okay.
we got the team and partners here. So yeah, I know we got some roles that aren't filled, but again,
I
much like
like this a lot. I
yeah,
like this a lot.
yeah,
I like the flat nature of it. It just feels good.
yeah.
Um, you know why I like it? Sorry to jump on this because
No, you're
the
good.
way the way we structure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the way we're structured, it's a flat structure. You go if you bring a deal, you're gonna get a commission. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
And if you're not bringing a deal, you're a cost. You're not revenue based, right?
right,
Like a software engineer or somebody or data scientist, they're building, maintaining, but they're not generating revenue. So we can share a pool of 10% revenue yearly. While at an average, a lead generator, somebody who generates one client, at an average is about 20% for hedge funds. For
hmm,
hedge funds.
okay,
When you're done, I can share that with you. Maybe we can wrap up with that. Once we're all done with everything we need to talk about, I can share that with you.
okay.
But
No,
this
that's
is
good.
perfect. I like the flat nature. Perfect.
Cool. Okay. Um, and then I basically kept this the same. I will say, when it comes to this link here, going to the free stocks, um, I'm sure you already know this, but the users can't really do anything without subscribing, right? I noticed that, you
No,
know.
they can. they can.
They can?
The first page can make you make a trade. That first screen.
Really?
The first screen, we're recommending stocks to buy, stocks to sell on the first screen. So
Okay.
what is going on is free.
Okay, so they can go here and so if we go here to this, to
Yeah,
free stocks
click
now.
on it. Interesting. That was slow. Why is it slow? The internet.
Yeah, it could be my internet. It loaded a little bit fast. It loaded a little bit faster when I was at Starbucks earlier. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah, you just look at
complain.
the screen right now.
Okay.
Like you can see stocks to buy right now, looking at the screen.
Right. Over here on
Yeah,
the left hand side. Left
the
left.
bottom, you're seeing ADI, the one on the right, short term to buy. There are three stocks there: ADI, MNST, KO. So
Yeah.
by default, you can start making decisions on that. If you want to buy, put the bottom ones. And on
Got
the
you.
right at the top, you'll see the magnitude of options trades. Just the size alone can
Okay.
make you make a trade. Just looking at the top right options. So yes, you
Okay.
don't know why, you don't know when. You know some when we have the trend days, but you don't know. You don't have more context into what. So you will have to trust the numbers.
Right.
Or if
Right.
you don't want to trust it, you can look at it and come back the next day. Some of the ones that are on the right hand side goes to the left as the top gainers or top losers at day two. Very,
Okay.
very common.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yes, I
Cool.
agree. I agree, but
I'm with you. I'm with you now. I get you. So
no,
yeah,
go
we
ahead.
are
I
giving
didn't
them.
mean
We are
to. I
give.
wanted to make sure you finish all your thoughts.
No, no, you're good. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that uh the users, we made sure that they knew exactly what to buy and sell, right? And we do have that here. But I was just when I clicked on, like, the first thing I clicked on, I saw subscribe. So that was like, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's
But yeah.
damn.
Huh? Breaking up a little bit. I don't know if that's me.
Are you there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, you have some slight challenges here because I can tell that there will be people with very low bandwidth of internet. The experience will be quite slightly different from someone who is having a good bandwidth, especially this pop out
yeah,
charts.
yeah. This pop out is yeah,
Something we have to think about. Yeah.
yeah. But okay. If I go back to the presentation, yeah, this was the last slide anyway. So yeah, that's what I have for that, man. Uh,
Seems good, very good. But
appreciate you.
what was your thoughts around that link? Why did you bring it up? Are you saying we should open it up so people can have a lot more context? Or the idea why that is there is to show that we have it's not an idea, it's running live. That was the thinking around it. Now, can we refine it for decision making? We'll have to think about that. Because we're selling design here,
Right.
not the numbers. Because once you see, we already sold it to you.
Yeah. So I,
So
I
it's not the same way where people display numbers, and when you want to see more numbers, they say upgrade. In our case, we display content, and when you want to see more designs, upgrade. But
okay.
we'll think about it. I'm not really sure, and I've thought about it many times when I look at ChatGPT free version
Mm-hmm.
and how much I could get when I ask a question. But I also see that when I ask a question, it's not that intelligent compared to the pro version that I'm having. So it all boils down to our business model. Well, how can we sell? How can we convey value without that we get them to sign up?
Yeah.
It's not a question for today.
No, no. So my reason for bringing it up is just that when we get through, like at the end of the presentation, and like I said, you already have it here, but my anticipation is that like these VCs are they're going to press us, right? As they should. They're going to press us on, okay, you're telling me that you can tell me what, why, and when to trade, stocks, ETFs, so on and so forth. Okay, so show me, right? And so that's why I'm glad we have this here. I'm just saying I want to make sure that like I just wanted to make sure that that was that we were going to be able to provide that value because that's just something that they were going to press us on. That's why I was bringing it up. So I just wanted to kind of go over that with you. But I also want to ask
I
you,
agree. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I also wanted to ask you though. So you, basically, it sounds like you aren't sure what we should have behind the paywall. Is that like you're not sure what we should have like when they press subscribe or when it shows subscribe to see more, right? Are you saying that you aren't sure what should be behind that paywall, what they should have to pay for?
Oh, no, no, no. We're sure about that. What I was not, and it's still a long time battle, is what is the definition of free?
Okay.
Last year at this time, I had those two ladies working with me begging constantly to give them content. And at that time, I was like, this content, once we put it out there, because we are selling design, we're giving away a lot of value. So I couldn't even give it out, even though the content was ready. Now, if we don't put it out there, nobody understands what we're building.
Yeah.
And it feels like we're lying. It feels like we're lying. We have a lot of things on our website that says we're doing it, but what's the proof that we're doing it?
Right.
So it's a switch in my mind that let's put it out there. The more we put out there, the more we are more energized to build more because we know people will steal some stuff. I'll give you an example. I used to go to Caveat website. I'll go there and make a fun of their generative AI that was so wrong. Every time you ask what stocks to buy, it just spills out so many wrong things.
Yeah.
So I always go there and laugh. And there was this fateful day I went there and they changed it.
Mm.
It was changed. In fact, I saw rankings. So that means they've looked at what we're doing. They've copied. Now, we have a pending patent when it comes to the design. It's still pending. And there's a fine line between what is protected in a patent versus what is not protected.
Mm-hmm.
I can look at our dashboard right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you give me 1 week, and I'll create 10 different variations. Still the same thing, but they're different. Just twist it around. So somebody can take that and still convey the same thing in a different form. Is it protected? And part of the reasons why I think we should facilitate our patent framework we discussed earlier. So we start introducing the utility piece. of some of the functionalities, not necessarily giving away how we got to 93.7. So as we're protecting the design, we're also protecting the fundamental principles of trend days without saying how trend days was calculated.
Right. Right.
Right? Right. Anyway, those are some thoughts. But to your question, it was more like how much can we put out there that makes somebody understands what we are building, but at the same time get them to sign up. Those would be users, or somebody who is not a user but is a competitor. They look at it and they can't copy it.
You're saying they can't copy it.
So one of them, they cannot copy it. I'm talking
Right.
about two things. Competitors that would want to steal what we are doing, and users who wants to understand what we are doing. How much value can we provide that will get them to say, I need more?
Mm-hmm. Without giving away the sauce, so to speak. Without giving away
Exactly.
the utility.
Right.
The utility. You
So-
know how, yeah, like you said, how it works.
Right.
Behind,
So
under the hood.
when we say know what, why, and when, the what is what you're looking at.
Uh-huh.
So we are actually providing what is going on in the US market in real time for free.
Yeah.
Because you can see the stocks. Although there are other value proposition at the stocks to sell column, stocks to watch column, stocks to buy. Those ones you will have to click to see them. However, things like top gainers, top losers, with the trend days, the predictions is the trend days. The
Mhm.
prediction is the indicator. The trend days is how long this trend is. There you go. Oh, you're refreshing. So
Yeah.
so we're giving some stuff here. I think this is our business model. It's a unique, distinct business model. We're selling look and feel. Because
Okay.
look and feel is the decision you need to make to go make a trade. So we have to find a way to protect it, at the same time convey value.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Yeah,
and
see,
you.
see the bottom. Yeah, see the bottom table there. Those 5 stocks on the left,
Mhm.
they're all predicted to go up. The
You-
first 2, ADI and MDT, the trend started today.
You're saying over here top gainers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those 2, the trend started today. That's why it says trend days 1.
Yep.
But see the next column, the average trend days. The average trend days shows how, for the last 6 months, how many times at an average does each of those stocks go up before they go down.
Gotcha.
So that's a lot of value we're conveying there.
Yeah.
There-
So we're
Go ahead.
telling them, yeah. So we're telling them, yeah, you can go ahead. It's a good idea. We're signaling to buy it, right? The trend start today. You can buy it now, and we suggest that you sell it within the next 3 days.
As they want, yes.
Yeah,
You
because
should
day
sell
one.
as
Yeah,
soon as
exactly.
possible. Exactly, because it's short term.
Yeah.
But that's how far we can give you. At the same time, you saw when you put your cursor there, we are giving you the RSI, we're giving you the MACD for free. We're giving you fundamental score for free. We're giving you some stuff that you could get outside, but on demand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get them in more different places. We're giving you in a nutshell. Like when you look at ADI, as you put your cursor there, you
Mhm.
would notice the left chart at the top. It's quite slow. Okay, let's say we stay on that one and say loads up.
Okay.
That, yeah, this is going to be a challenge. We'll have to find a way to better this. Could we are saying someone can make a decision quickly, but it's like a blessing and a curse. Because somebody who has a slow internet will have a very different experience
Then someone who,
clicking on that thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's true. So if
yeah.
you, I guess, okay. So my another reason why I brought it up is, like I said, these executives at these companies are going to press us, right? So, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why we're. This is obviously a good thing that we have this. Um, is there a way? I'm trying to see how to explain this. So, like, I believe that they're going to want to pilot test, right? So they're going to
Mm-hmm.
want to pilot test our solution for, probably a certain amount of time, and or for a certain amount of users of their users. So, is there a way that we can quickly give them access to the solution for them to pilot test? I think that's going to be very, very key, right? Because if they can pilot test, once they start pilot testing for, again, for, it's probably going to be either a certain amount of time or for a certain amount of users, right? Or a combination of the two. And they see that the product is working, right? That's going to help us significantly with selling the solution, right? Like they're not gonna buy until they've pilot tested it at some type of scale, either at
Right,
you know what I mean. So like,
right.
is there a way for us to go ahead and like, get them onboarded to a pilot solution?
That's a good. I agree with what you just said. We have this promo code concept. Just the one I gave you. If you remember, I gave you a promo admin.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we can create a promo code specifically for that VC. So this promo code is yours. Just sign up and convert. It will convert to $0, and you can log in and look at the product. So we can do that. It's a 1 minute thing for me to do. It's
Okay,
quick.
okay, and we can do that.
Or
Yeah,
we could even put one at the bottom of the deck. But once we put it there, the deck can grow, and we don't know who the deck is with.
yeah, that wouldn't be a good
So
idea.
we also want to control that as well. Not everybody should have access to it. Otherwise, we would assume whoever logs in with that promo code is a VC.
Right, right. Um, and then so yeah, the VC that works for them, and then for the partners,
Same thing.
yeah, same thing. They would just provide their users with the promo code.
Yep, same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, I feel like that's really really important. Um,
yeah.
for both of those types of users. Okay. That's all I had for the deck. I got a couple other things I wanted to walk through with you. Let me. I'll stop sharing for a second.
Yeah, and this is the concern. I have to concern because somebody with a 10 megabyte of download speed will be struggling to. I mean, we can disable that from popping up, but it then removes the other part where we say it in 10 seconds. Because that's the 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or one of the 10 seconds. Because you can chat with the chatbot. You can ask the chatbot to help you.
Mm-hmm.
The chatbot will guide you with some constructed guidance. That is still cool. But anyway, it's not a conversation for today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'll be good. Couple other things. Uh, so yeah, we talked about the pitch deck. We talked about basically why we should just focus on raising for funds for this round, for the next couple of years. T-shirts. I think that would be good for us to have So basically, just an idea I thought about was for us to have T-shirts that have like our, brand. So it has Trinity Neurons on the front, but then has like a QR code on the back of the shirt to that allows for anybody walking by or that are behind us, what have you, to scan that QR code and either go to our website, or it can go to our website, or it can go to the free stock predictions, something like that. Um, I just think that that would be um, beneficial when any of us are at events, any type of VC event or um, networking event, what have you. I think that'd be helpful. Any
we have something like that already,
Okay.
right? But it doesn't have that idea of a scanning in the back. So we will have to design a new one. In fact, we have one. I just hated it. I hate it a lot. I ordered 12. Yeah, it's horrible. The design is annoying. It doesn't fit properly. It's annoying. So even if we need to order something like that, it to be a different vendor.
Okay.
Because we have to evaluate the texture to make sure it's a proper texture,
Mm-hmm.
and also that we before we design.
Okay. So
So,
so
but
that
I agree. I agree. Go ahead, please.
okay, you're saying so that it's comfortable, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
I do. There is one that we did. There's like we have one already. We have like 12.
okay.
Even I wear like 3 or 4. There's still some that's still there, but it doesn't have that scan QR code on the back, like you're saying.
Okay.
So we will have to get another one.
Okay. I know there's, of course, there's a lot of companies that out there that do that. One of the companies I used to use a long time ago for just different little things I've done in the past was Custom Ink. They might be
Which one?
it's called Custom Ink. They might
Custom
be
interesting. Okay.
yeah, they might be a little bit. Anyway, we gotta find one that's most like cost effective. They might be on a little bit on the expensive side. I can't remember, but
Like
either way,
what? Like how much? Like how much?
I'll take a look at it. I don't know off the top of my head. I need to take a look at their at their site, just like to get a quote from them. But it shouldn't be. It's not.
Definitely,
It shouldn't be too much. I mean, but,
definitely, we can consider that for sure. Definitely,
okay. That was just
definitely.
yeah. I just think it'll be helpful for like just like you said, right? You're about to go to Las Vegas, for an entrepreneur event. So, you know, obviously, I know you like to dress up, man. So you're gonna be suited and booted there. I'm sure. I'm sure.
I,
Um,
I, we will need one like that because I'm planning to go to. We have in Portugal.
okay.
So the web summit, we're also going to have a booth where we talk about training your rounds like a day. When I
Right.
went to the summit in Canada, I saw it where every startup will have one day to showcase their product.
Right.
Right, so that would be good for us. And something like that with that kind of t-shirt
Yeah.
would be. And if you ever want to join me, you can let me know. You can join me for
Yeah.
sure. If you want to
Sweet.
join me, that would be nice. If you can. It's around November. And you will need a visa, so it makes life a little easier. Like me, I do need a visa, but I don't think you do.
Oh, to go to Portugal?
Yeah,
No, I just need the
yeah,
passport. So I do have the passport. So I should be
yeah.
good to go.
Think about it. It's in November. It's still quite a little bit far.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
think
think
about that.
about it.
But yeah, I think that would just be helpful for like, how tech companies, they typically have like those, those t-shirts and stuff like that. So I think that would be good.
Good point. Good
Um,
point.
so and then the other thing, this kind of basically came to my attention yesterday. Uh, I don't know. Do we? I don't think we have any type of sales infrastructure set up. Do we have that? Like, so basically, um, when it comes to you know reaching out to these executives, um, following the deals, So basically, uh, moving the deals through our pipeline. Uh,
Yep.
you know, keeping detailed notes of each partner, things like that. We're gonna need a CRM, so we're gonna need a CRM. I don't know if we have Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. We would need
We
that.
do.
We do have
We
that.
do.
Okay, okay, that's
Yeah.
good that we have that. Um,
We don't have a CRA, but we have Sales Navigator.
okay, okay, cool. So that's one thing to cross off the list. Then, the CRM I suggest is HubSpot, because HubSpot can
Top
do
HubSpot or TopSpot?
HubSpot HUB,
HubSpot.
yeah,
Okay.
HUBSPOT. Um,
Okay.
it's kind of like right there with Salesforce, but I feel like it's more cost effective than Salesforce. Um, and it can do you can do so many things with it. You can do almost anything sales and marketing related can be done through HubSpot, basically.
Okay.
So we wouldn't need really too many other tools for any type of sales and
I
marketing
see.
task.
Kind of all in one.
HubSpot is kind of like an all-in-one solution for sales and marketing. They have what they call the Marketing Hub, the HubSpot Marketing Hub, and then they have a Sales Hub. And so, again, all of that is like inclusive. They have plans where all those things are inclusive. And I like it because it keeps us from having to, have all these different, tools, to get things done when it comes to sales and marketing. Um,
Yeah.
so,
We can add that to the software and data license cost for sure.
okay. And I know they
It's
have,
already there, just that it's not baked in like it's not in dollars.
yeah, it's not huge in dollars, no. It's not going to be a big deal, especially since the team is, small right now. So it's not going to be that costly.
Right.
Um, that's just
Right.
something to
Okay.
keep in mind, and something that we should add to the, like you said, to the, um, to our breakdown. Then,
Okay.
but at the same time, while we don't have that, I'm still kind of doing those things like on my own, if that makes sense, right? So,
Right. Right.
until we get that infrastructure set up. Um,
Are you using a software or you're using like a local manual Excel?
yeah, so I'm using uh my own like HubSpot account, that I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using my
Okay.
own HubSpot account, that I have for my agency, and my own Sales Navigator account. Um,
Right. I see.
so, but
I see.
what I'm referring to is like kind of having, we need one for training neurons though, right?
Right.
Um,
Right.
so that the whole team is or everyone
Right.
should be can be added to that.
I can
Um,
look into that for sure. I'll look into that.
okay. Um, and then yeah, that's basically all I had. I was looking forward to meeting the team though, man. What happened?
I didn't initiate that anymore. I've been thinking about the team, and so because I do the energy you bring, I'm trying to make sure that everybody brings that energy instead of me to chase people.
Right.
Like it has to be both ways. So I'm trying to rethink. I don't want to be chasing people on this. You see that you're in or you're not. You don't get it, and that's okay.
Right.
And that helps us to know which people we can now, rally around the truth, because this is a long-term thing,
Right.
and I do want that. I spend so much time, effort, money with this already,
Yeah.
and the ability to still be spending to chase, it just means we're not talking to the right people yet. The right people would would take initiatives like what you've done already. You took the deck I gave you, and So that's why I'm slow. I want to make sure the team is. People talk a lot, but they don't do anything.
That's true. Talk is cheap,
I
man.
do. I do not like people like that around me.
Yeah.
If I say I'm going to do something that important, I try to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to get it done. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it.
Right.
And I think it's a culture that I would want us to really adopt. You mentioned that you're going to take the deck and you're going to make it yours, and you've done that. So my point is that let's give the team another 1 week.
Okay.
Let's give the team another 1 week. Then I eventually will bring everybody together, specifically to convey the sales commission, right?
Okay.
Because I don't see any reasons why we cannot start selling today.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to say, I don't know, you saw it, right? Or do you want me to just share with you? Did you see the? I'm not sure if you saw the sales commission.
Was it in the deck, or I didn't see. I did not see sales.
It was part of the email I sent.
Okay, I missed that then. I can look at that again. Let me
look. Yeah, it's in the email. If you see one of the one you responded to, it's there.
Okay, because I saw that you attached the deck, but I did not see.
If you look inside the email, you will see.
Okay, I'll look at it right now. Let me see.
Yeah. Okay.
It might be. No,
it's there. So.
No, I know it's
you
there,
were copied.
Yeah. No, I believe you. I know. I mean, because I think you copied both of my emails, the Trinity Neurons one and.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, would it be in this inbox? But yeah, it should be. So I'm looking for it. Okay, no, that's the one that you sent before. Either way, I'll
I think okay, I don't actually don't see it here. So which one did I send? So I actually don't see it now. I know I sent it.
Yeah, because it's like
I'll send it to you again, but I'll just share my screen. Then I'll just share with you briefly.
Okay, you're gonna share your screen. Okay.
Yeah. That'll be more fast at least for now.
Okay.
So if you notice, yeah, I was referring to the partnerships. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep, I can see it.
Yeah. There is a slight difference between your number, the one you have on the slide, and what you see here. This one is 31 partners instead of 30, because I included Silicon Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah. But why I'm sharing this is this piece here. So for each partner, I've been able to break them down into what type of deal they belong to in terms of size.
Mm-hmm.
So the mega deals, the incentives is 0.5%.
Okay.
Basically, if you give us a deal with Google Finance today, you're going to make a 0.5%, which is 165 million in the first year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So that lead incentive, that's annually. It's essentially a bonus.
5 years. I mean, in 5 years. The first year is 33 million. Now, okay, this is for you. This is not for the company. This is for you.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, that's over
And
5 years. So breaking it down and dividing
over
by
five
five.
years, longer as the 5 millions. As they pay your part of us, you get cash because you brought the deal.
Right.
And the lowest deal here is all right. It's a small deal. It's a 3%, just half a million in the 5 years, and just one over $100,000 in the first year. So I'm just saying all of these are individual separate deals. I don't see any reason today, as we're speaking, why the people on your team's list
Mm-hmm.
are not chasing these. If we're not still chasing these, if we're waiting for something,
We're doing the wrong thing.
no, we don't have the right people on the team.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's a better way to put it. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
it, 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 Go ahead.
no, I agree 100%.
So that's how I'm saying it, and so that's why there's a delay, because at this stage now, I don't. The product is running.
Yeah.
There are products that did not get to this level of excellence, but generated this type of money.
Yeah.
Still doing it,
Yeah.
and we already have the product. We have a model that you can see it resonates. It can work. It didn't work. We struggled for the last 1 year
Mm-hmm.
because we were struggling to get to market. It wasn't really clear, and it's now it makes sense now why we were struggling, because doing a direct to retailer was not our business.
Yeah.
That's why we struggled. Now, when you see these numbers, it's realistic. It's realistic.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's for
So
the partnerships. For
okay.
hedge funds, it's kind of similar. If you see on the right hand side here, funds I was mentioning earlier, funds that are less than $1 billion when it comes to assets under management, it's over 7,000 plus globally.
Okay.
So yeah, this is all global numbers. So
Mm.
all we need to do is just to target 25% of the funds. Majority of them are in the US. There are
Right.
five there are 533 hedge funds that are managing over 20 billion, over between tier 2 and tier 4. So between 1 billion and above.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've done here is let's target the 25% for each hedge fund. That if we target the 25% conversion rate, we can actually get to 1900 plus on the tier 1, the smaller hedge funds. The tier 2, which are funds managing 1 billion to 5 billion.
Okay.
Tier 3 managing 5 billion to 20 billion. And the last tier is the big ones, like the Citadel. They manage 20 billion and above.
Okay.
So we can actually sell $10 million license to the tier 4
Wow. Okay.
yearly. And we sell, and there are a few of them.
Is this a
Just
fixed
eight.
license? Is this a fixed
Sorry,
license? Is this a fixed
fixed.
license?
Yeah, fixed. Because I went back and forth between should we break them into product types or just give it all. And all to me is sometimes I feel like we're overselling, because we could just sell US stocks and ETFs
Mm-hmm.
for US and global for that, including alternative assets, and we can let go. We don't have to put the cryptos, forex, and and commodities. But my point is, everybody gets everything. The
Okay.
difference between these and the hedge fund and the partners, yeah, we can actually manage one pool. So if you look at the cost, this cost here, line 29, can compute for all hedge funds because we are using one capacity.
Okay.
The biggest capacity here.
So this is
Second, I'm talking about Microsoft now, cost in terms of
the
computing
cost.
power.
Yeah, cloud computing
Yeah.
power. Okay.
This is A7 SKU for Power BI. It's roughly 48,000 monthly.
Okay.
That can cover all the hedge funds and their users. An average hedge funds they got between 1 and 20 users. They're not much. These are all quants, statistics, mathematicians.
So the 48,000 doesn't cover one workspace. It covers all of the hedge funds.
We just put them in one workspace. Yeah.
Okay.
And one capacity, embedded capacity can power all of them. Unlike the partners where we are saying we're going to create a dedicated capacity for each. This one is if I will create a unique URL, hedgefunds.trendingneurons.ai.
Okay.
Everybody goes there, they log in from there.
Okay.
Now we can make an exception for any of these 8. Because this area paying us 10 million. So we can make an exception here and give them a dedicated capacity, which won't cost us much. We can give them the same capacity that a partner can use, which is roughly 92,000 yearly. That much it will cost us for one of them. So they're paying us almost half a million in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
We are making over,
in that case, 50 million.
50 million from them, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my point. But the reason the reason I'm actually having this conversation is that there's also a pool of incentives here. For every deal you bring, you get a 30% from the tier 1. You get a 15% from tier 2 and 3, and you get a 20% for tier 4. So for the life of the contract, 75 million, 60 million, 50 million. Now that is a overall 20% for hedge funds. So my thoughts are we can now take a 10% for that year and split it for cost-related roles. AI, Chief AI Officer, CFO, data scientist, all those roles that are not revenue generations, those roles can get a 10% bonus from this pool. It's a pool. If at the end of the year we are, for instance, hedge funds at 2 million, the pool would share $200,000 at the end of the year.
Okay.
So if you have 10 employees, 20 grand each for bonus. But not all employees. These are only roles that are not revenue. Revenue generation it's like your flat structure that you have. That flat structure, anybody can also be a lead generator. You can get in your car, drive into one of these hedge funds, and come back and say, I've got a deal. And you're going to get similar incentives here depending on the asset under management of that hedge fund. That's also similar for partners.
Okay, so the lead incentive for anyone who is in a revenue generating role, they would get basically, I'll just use an example here. So with the first one, 30% for tier 1, they would get 20% of that and the other roles that are not revenue generating roles would get the remaining 10%. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So like if you see this one here, this role here is a $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
per one.
Oh, hold on. What happened? What happened? What happened? Uh-oh. I'm gonna try to notice if we disconnect, try to reconnect as quickly as I can. But you know how that can go sometimes. If we just disconnected for I don't know. Thought network is was good. Okay. Victor, can you hear me now?
I can hear you very well, and I do have
Okay.
another call, so I think well, and I'm
Yeah.
also cooking. So let's see how we can maybe do this one in 10 minutes. So
Yeah. I actually. Um. Okay. So you want to restart in 10 minutes?
no, I said I do have another call
Oh, in ten
at
minutes.
5 o'clock, but I was cooking, so I had to stop
Stop
so
for
I
ten
can
minutes.
attend to you and then yeah go back. So
Okay.
my point is that the major point is there is the incentive structure is meant to attract the right people to get to work immediately.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping us from getting to work right now, today.
Yeah. So, um, and I agree with you 100%. So, I got one more question about this. So, the the yearly price, I mean the yearly incentive share, like that percentage,
Mm-hmm.
looks like we are looking at basically 50%. So, not the I'm saying what we're charging, not the incentive, but what we're charging the hedge funds, right? So here in tier one, we're basically charging 50% yearly for. I'm just trying to figure out what we're charging then, what that percentage is for the yearly license, the annual license.
Okay, so
So I'm seeing 50% with tier
we're
one.
selling $10 million for tier 4 yearly.
Yeah.
Let's say we get all the deals.
Mhm.
But let's say we get five deals at the end of
Mhm.
2026. So the 5 deals will give us $50 million revenue from tier 4.
Okay.
Okay, so that means if one lead generator, if you're the person that gave us all 5, you're making a $10 million from us from the deal.
No, no, no. I'm saying I'm asking about what the fixed licensing
The pool,
revenue
the ten
percentage.
percent. Okay,
Not
so
not the,
is
not the
it
10%.
10, is it 10% basically?
Yeah, I'm talking about what we're charging the partner. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but um, what do you mean? What do you mean by when you say partner?
The or the hedge fund. What are we charging the hedge fund? Because we're charging them a fixed percentage.
No, we're
We're
charging
not.
$10 million per annum, price yearly. They're different tier.
Okay, so we're charging them. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. So basically based on I'm with you now. I'm with you now. Because we did talk about that. The
No, no,
based on the assets
it's
under
okay. I
management.
can share. I can share again. So let's talk about how much are we charging one hedge fund? Because that's your question.
Yeah, it's
How
just
much is the price?
we're charging them based on assets under management. I'm with you now.
No, not really. We could do that. We could do that, but I'm trying to keep it simple because the there is a cost allocated to how much each hedge funds spend when it comes to how much they're spending versus how much they're making. And it's relative depending on how much they are managing.
Right.
Yeah. So, but in this case, we're keeping it fixed. We're keeping it fixed where we say if you're managing 20 billion and above, we will charge you 20 million per annum to get our optimum product.
You mean
The
10
advantage
million,
for you
right?
is that, sorry,
10 million, right? You said north of 20 billion.
10 billion, 10 million, yes.
10
But
million,
if
yeah.
you are in tier 3, it's a 7.5 million. If you tier 2, it's a 5 million. Tier 1 is a 2/4 of a million.
Yep. I'm with you.
That's the charge. That's for one. So to a question, for every person that generates each of this lead, they are getting this percentage of incentives.
I'm with you now.
But I'm also saying that at the end of the year, we look at the total revenue and say 10% of that money goes to people who are also working, but they are not generating revenue. It's not a rule. It's not a rule generating revenue rule. It's a management rule. Cost. It's not. It could be cost. It could be somebody who is managing all of the infrastructure that we have today. So they're not going to make a phone call to bring money. But we also want to give them bonus, a 10%. So the company keeps a 70%, while 30% is structured for incentives across the company.
Yep. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm good now with this structure. I'm with you. So that makes sense. I think one of the things I would say, because you mentioned a little earlier that you're a little on the fence about the team. I figured as much because I felt like you know uh, if that weren't the case, I think I felt like I would have already met some of the other team members. Um, so I'll say this, and I think you kind of just from listening to you, I think you share similar thoughts. Um, People are either gonna get it or they're not, right? Like
Right.
they either understand the company's mission and the ambitions of the company, or they don't. So it's like these incentives I think are great, um, but if the person doesn't see it, if they don't have the vision, if they don't see what's happening and what we're trying to do, then they're not gonna do anything, right? Because they just don't understand, they don't get it, and so I feel like you know if you're having reservations about other people on the team, um, I'm sure that's for a reason, right? Those reservations are valid. So I would just say, you know, when it comes to figuring out who's going to stick around, I feel like you probably already know who's going to stick around and who should be a part of the team long term or not.
I don't think it's about vision now. I think it's about capacity. It's capacity. If somebody doesn't have the capacity, they don't have the capacity, and there's nothing we can do. If you, if I ask you for $10 million to give me, if you can't give me, you don't have the capacity to give me. It doesn't mean you don't want to give me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't feel you don't feel like people, you don't feel like the other team members don't want to do the work. You feel like they don't have the capacity to do the work. Some of them.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's nothing stopping us right now from executing what we already have. We have the product. We also have a business model. We're not struggling with certain things that other companies struggle from. Some companies struggle with even ideas. We don't have a problem yet.
Right.
We don't have a problem with the product. Product works.
Right.
So I'm saying two things. One, if we are still not executing, I have not been able to attract the right people to execute.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But also, the people that are there right now, they might play a role, but we still need to get the people who can help execute.
I see.
So it's execution we're talking about here. There's nothing stopping us from executing what we have today. We have everything we need to execute.
Right. What I'm saying, so I agree. I get what you're saying. What I'm saying though is that, you know, people like I feel like people are either going to execute or they're not. That's what I'm saying. You don't see it that way? What I'm saying is like if someone is not executing now, then I just feel like even with putting incentives in front of them, they're still not going to even that's not going to change their minds and
So
keep them to start executing.
let me rephrase this for you. If you come tomorrow and you call me and you say, hey, I got this partner that we need to speak to, they're ready to sign a contract today, tomorrow morning you call me, you will restructure the team. Everybody there will follow. You will tell them who will be there because you brought it there. Yeah, it is as it is. So the reason all those people are there is the idea of saying, we can help. Okay, we're waiting for the help, but what is holding you from helping?
Yeah.
You say you can help or you don't have the capacity to help. They're two different things.
Right.
I can have the love to do something. It doesn't mean I can decide to want to play guitar. I love guitar a lot.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I can play the guitar because I don't have the capacity to play the guitar, even though I love to see people play guitar. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So what we're saying here is we have the product. We don't lack ideas. We have a go-to-market strategy. Like I'm sitting here, how many founders can actually create a financial model that works and we can play with it?
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of the underground work. It's just execution, like put it in front of those right people, the right customers who can use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we're not doing that, my hope is to attract the people who can get us there. That's why I'm on the call with you, because you're showing that you have the capacity. You already came up with this deck. You changed the $750 billion TAM to trillions. So you have the capacity. That's why you're thinking from that level of this is not this small.
Right.
The reason we saw 750 billion was no offense, I was doing a demo of the pitch deck to somebody who looked at the total addressable market. At that time, it was 50 billion, and said that was too high.
Really?
Yeah. So at that time, there wasn't a source. So that challenged me when the person said it was too high. So I started going back, like, did I not do my research well? Let me go back and dig deep.
Yeah.
And not knowing that instead of me to reduce it, I ended up with 45 billion this time because I was trying to think the way the person told me.
Mm-hmm.
But my personal challenge was, why am I seeing way more than 50 billion when I look at how much we could make
Right.
with very little effort when it comes to conversion rate, less than 1.7%.
Yeah. You're
So it
literally
makes sense. Where's
projecting.
that money coming from
Yeah.
if it's not the total addressable market? So I went back,
Uh-huh.
and after I went back, I was like, oh my God, we're missing something. We're looking at it from how we're selling it. We're looking at it from my small thinking of, we're going to sell to these people, to these people, to these people. But wait a minute, we're not doing a TAM based on how we sell. We're doing a TAM based on the assets that we are selling. And when you look at it from that angle, like just what you've done, and it's actually after we spoke, when you mentioned that you would like to see what's the cost of the problem. That was a challenge to me. I like that challenge.
Right.
So when I went back and I started seeing that, oh my God, no wonder our revenue projections was always in the hundreds of billions when we have not even started. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
So that little story is from a place of capacity. Somebody who doesn't have the capacity might see what we are doing and say, this is overthinking. Whereas it's so black and white paper, it's very clear. We just
Right.
need capacity. We need capacity. I've always said this product you see here, the reason the market is behaving funny yesterday, is because of one statement Sam Altman said. Obviously, there are some issues with political issues.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Altman said that the AI boom, this AI thing is becoming a serious bubble. That the valuation, I think, is trying to refer to some of those people who left him. The valuation that they're having is crazy. Let's stop there. And at the same time, 99% of Gen AI implementation is failing. I'm hearing that. I'm looking at valuations in the $20 billion. On the flip side, I'm hearing where they're saying these same concepts are failing. On our side, I can log in right now and show you that it's working. In fact, I'm now challenged. I want to show you. Let me show you something that is not deployed yet. Wait.
Okay.
This is not deployed yet. So when I'm talking like this, it makes me slightly not upset, but it is what it is.
Upset.
But I really believe that meeting the right people, it's a game changer. That's why I'm trusting God with all this traveling that I'm traveling, because it's just the right people.
Right.
You're one of them. So you're one of them. I need to meet the right people to change the narrative of what we're doing. Otherwise, it's a shit show.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not trying, like, of course I'm not, my reasons for bringing this up, right? I'm not trying to shake up the team, right? I don't know anybody else on the team, so that's up to you. I'm not, that's not my intention, trying to shake up the team or say who should.
That's not on that.
It's none of that. It's not like that. I'm just saying I feel like there, like you said, it's kind of like capacity, but I look at it a little bit different to say, I get the capacity concept, but I look at it as either you are going to make it happen or you're not. right? That's how sales is,
Hmm.
right? That's just how sales is. Like it's more of a mindset. It's a mindset thing. And so if you don't have the right mindset, um, it won't happen.
This same thing we're talking about here with the people with capacity,
Mm-hmm.
you would start hearing the hundreds of billions. I'm telling you, what you're looking at here with a new, different people who have capacity, the conversations will become very clear. Now, what we're doing here is that massive, but I find it very not. It's the situation is a situation that I found myself, right? It's a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's possible that I'm sharing my screen, right? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, just watch. I hope you're still there. Just watch.
Yeah, I'm here. I can see it.
This is the same dashboard that is free, right? Everybody sees this. Same dashboard.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna say what is the in fact I can even talk to it. Okay. What is the market outlook like today? What is the market outlook like today? Notice I didn't type anything, I just spoke.
Yeah. That's next level.
There you go. The overall market outlook appears to be bearish with a significant sentiment to drop. Buy ADI, MCK, short INTC, yeah, too late. Target. You see what is going on? This is the same dashboard. This is not released yet. In fact, let's go one step further. Let's go another dashboard.
Mm-hmm. So just by asking the outlook, it's giving you all the like you said, it's giving you the overall, buy, sell opportunities, bearish or bullish, everything.
Look at it. Yeah. Trending Neurons AI. Welcome, your AI co-pilot that listens, speaks, scans, and recommends smarter trades in seconds. Best asset to buy or sell. Now, how much do you think this company is worth?
Trending Neurons.
Yes.
Right now.
There you go. It's already recommended. It's recommended Tesla.
For short term?
To buy. Interesting. Is that not interesting? Now, why this is powerful is that it's the number one definition of, it solves one significant problem that every trader has. This model does not have bias. I have bias. I can look at the screen and decide to buy NVIDIA when NVIDIA is not really a buy. They don't have bias. It's telling you exactly what it is. It's honest. Okay, it's recommended Tesla as a buy, MSTR as a buy. Interesting. I would say yes, and purely from a place of their short-term trend is In fact, let's go one step further. Let's go one step further. If you say Tesla is to buy,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, I'll just stop. Can you start to see what is going on here? It's the same thing we have on our slide deck here. Mention the slide deck in here. We're saying pattern pending design, generative AI decision. Then if we go to IP, we said embedded Gen AI chatbot. But really, it's 3 levels. We have 3 levels here.
Mm-hmm.
Picture what we are doing as 3 layers.
Mm-hmm.
And each of these layers, none of the competitors you have on this slide have achieved the first layer. The first layer is accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking roughly 20,000 assets, predicting them globally at an average of 93.7%. That's the first level. No one can achieve that. Then the next level is what you see when it comes to the design. Okay? That moves a typical trader spends 5, 10, 15, 1 hour, depending on their personalized types of trading, to get information, or they go to scattered places to get the same information, and yet they lose. You can see the loss rate is trillions. They spend time, but they're losing. We have built that decision design, solving information overload. Now I'm showing you a model. Today, if you go live, the bot we have, it does speak. It's intelligence. So this is live now. We go to, if I let me use it from here. So this is what we already deployed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bot here. See, there's one bot here. I'm going to say, what's a trend day? This bot is also very smart. The difference between this bot and the bot that I'm showing you, this one does not speak. It doesn't recommend. It listens to you and would use your own help to help you. So it tries to use you to help. But this one I'm showing you right here, this one you're seeing right now, this is not live yet. I'm not going to release it until even there's a lot of companies that will release this. They'll be happy. But where am I going with this? I said 99% of generative AI projects are failing. Ours is success. It's winning.
Yeah, it's part of the 1%.
It's working. It's working. Okay, in fact, let's just go one step further on this same bot. Because as I am looking at the screen, it's a co-pilot. It's like working with you. It's seeing what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's seeing the second level of intelligence we have already created, provided, that no one has today. So the bot now makes better decisions compared to today's bot that still has to go gather data and still will. I mean, I spent 2 hours today trying to find flights to California.
Mm-hmm.
And as smart as the bots are, they couldn't really get me there. It took me 2 hours. Now take that same bot and put it on top of intelligence, like all these companies out there, Priceline, Kayak, that already has some intelligence. and put the bot on top, the bot will now recommend flights for me even faster than before. So I'm not going to talk too much, but if I look at this screen here, it most likely makes sense why the bot is recommending Tesla. But I'm now curious. I still want to ask, are you still sure about a buy, or what do you see? And this is all ideas. I'm sitting, and I remember very well, I watched the landscape for 1 year, what everybody was doing. And I'm thinking, for this bot to work well, we will have to do some clever things. I am not surprised why 99% of them are failing. This one is not failing yet. It's actually more intelligent.
Yeah, you had a quick typo, but I'm interested to see what it said. You had a
typo. Look at it. There you go. Or it changed its mind. It said bearish signal detected. It changed its mind.
Okay.
Now, because it's seeing more data than before, because I'm now focusing on Tesla, it said, oops, no. Tesla is showing bearish momentum with both short and mid-term with early stage trend, blah, blah, blah. Can you see?
Yeah.
Where will you find this? It's not that it's speeding up tokens. It's so accurate. It's the accuracy. So imagine we have a 93.7%. Then we have a chatbot on top who is now going to take us from 93 to your decision, 99. Your decisions are more accurate. There is no recommendation this bot has recommended that has not worked. It will scare you. And it scared me. Now I'm not seeing why I sometimes make mistakes, because I have bias. The bot does not have bias. They don't care about the company. They don't know the companies actually. They just care about what they're saying.
Right.
I rest my case. So
yeah. So no, I mean,
before you even speak now, how if an investor sees this and doesn't want to do business with us, then there's something wrong. Either there's something wrong with my face. We need to change my face to become a white boy. Because I will never understand where we are creating the future, and we are still begging people. That's why I'm telling you, we need to change. We need to find ways to be talking to the right people. Now, this in California with the right people, the conversation changes. I will sit back, let them even do the talking.
Yeah. And when you say the right people, you're talking about in general. You're saying across the board. So you're saying investors and the team.
The team, we need the right people to. I'm sitting here, I'm wondering last year there was some stuff holding us. 2 years ago, I was using a work permit. Okay, the issue was because I'm not a permanent resident. Last year, because we were not in the cloud. But we have moved past all of those problems. They're not problems anymore. So what is holding us? Yeah. What's that?
So let me ask you, what do you see, what do you feel like is priority number one right now for training neurons?
Good question. I'm going to give you two answers in one.
Okay.
Is find a partner, an hedge fund. That money gives us runway, keeps us afloat. Make sure we can start now, have that confidence to say we have people using the product, and that will now give us more energy to go look for more customers who will use the product. On the flip side, your $12 million that you just put right there will get us, we will employ the right people. How much did it cost me to build this? Well, yeah, I'm in debt all over the place, but if I calculate it, it can be more than $10 million. How much will it take to build something like this in California? Maybe 100 million. So
Okay.
we use the little to build something this powerful. How much do you think we can do with the $12 million? I would do a lot with that money, a lot. There's a lot of crazy ideas that we have. I can't even put it on paper
Yeah.
because I can't move past this. This has to be it has to be on board flying. So
Gotcha.
we can scale. So to your question, we either a seed funding, like you said, we just employ 5, 6 people, few people in the team, majority of them maybe too technical, so they can keep on enveloping this. I mean, what you see here is just me and Ekemini,
Mm.
the lady that works with me in Nigeria, and it's all ideas. Thinking about why is the generative AI projects failing, and look at what we've come up with in less than 2 months. Now, what do you think we can come up with when we have the money? That's why I can't even speak because it's hard to understand. I can't understand where I just feel like we have the wrong people might just be in the team where it's just there. They're not doing anything, but it's noise.
Right.
It's like activities, but nothing's really happening.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Right.
like I see so many things happening, but nothing is happening.
Yeah. And that's
Anyway, I have a meeting in 5 minutes, but
yeah, yeah.
I hope I answered your question. It's just a little before. I know this time next year, the story will be different. We'll be in a better shape. But I just can't factor leaving it today. How are we going to get there? But I know by this time next year, this conversation we're talking about something different
Yeah,
because
we'll
we're in
get
a
there.
better place. I know that.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but it's frustrating today, right
No,
now.
no, I know.
As we speak now, I don't even know how I'm going to even pay my rent 2 months from now. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah,
I don't know.
I know it's frustrating. I can hear it in your voice, but we're gonna get there. Um, like I said, I could kind of sense the frustration, your frustration with maybe the way some of the people on the team are with what they're doing or not doing, for that matter. Um, but you know, there's a sense of urgency here. I see that. I'm aware of it. And you know, I'm gonna execute. So that's how I see it. Um,
Everything starts with you. Actually, it starts here because you're here and you're starting to show me. I've now moved away from where people say things but they do nothing. I'm quiet and sometimes I play dumb for you to show me. The slide you just showed me now, it shows that you are putting efforts, you're thinking, and you took my slide and you even made it better. I actually like yours better than what I gave you. That's a great
mm,
start, right? So it's that type of execution we're talking about where you know how frustrating it is. I believe if this is not me, this product would have gotten the attention, the energy, the resources it needed to succeed
to fly.
compared to today.
Yep.
We just have a lot of people who would prefer to see me fail than to see the world succeed.
Yep. And it's unfortunate, but a lot of that just goes to that has a lot more to do with your skin color, unfortunately, as opposed to what you've been able to build. It's a lot of that, of course, still exists, especially here in America.
I have one question before you go because I have 3 minutes more. One question. All the money that has been spent to block me from succeeding, plus the effect of blocking me from succeeding, Two questions. One, if you had given me that money, we would have been 3 years ahead of where we are right now. That's one. Secondly, if you did not give me that money, I would still be 3 years ahead right now if I did not go through the pain that I'm going through. So somebody
Yeah.
might come and say, yeah, let's inflict pain so that we can make him successful. None of them is my motivation. None of them woke me up from in the morning to wake up and do this. No, it's not when they disturb me, they make noise. That's not what motivates me. I work because I've got my own personal motivation. So someone cannot say, you inflicted pain, that's why you made me successful. You inflicted pain and slowed me down 3 years behind. I gotta go because when I'm talking like this, it's frustrating, and I let God deal with it. What gives me hope is that I always recall where I was last year, and it's not the same place. But I had frustrations last year. The frustrations I had last year, they are not the same. It's like a different problem. I'm now in a better place. So that gives me hope for where I'm going.
Yeah. For sure. For sure, bro.
But I appreciate you. I'm not frustrated with you. I'm trying to, and I'm saying I actually appreciate the effort that you put. I appreciate that a lot. And I see promising signs, and I'm hoping that even when we meet the next time, let's just finalize the equity, because I really like that. I believe that you could really get us quickly. It's not even, it's the urgency now we're talking about here.
Yeah.
It's the urgency.
Yeah.
Like, it's the wise. If I don't spend the money if I don't spend my personal money with the things I'm spending it on, it still will be finished at this time. Because it's money.
Yeah.
If you keep it in the bank account, it still will be finished at this time. So we have to do what we have to do and trust God, because it's money.
Yeah.
And it's also showing us the magnitude and capacity of what we are building here is so massive. It requires a lot. It requires for me to even be having sex every 5 minutes, because I need my brain to be mentally straight. I'm telling you. It requires me to be in a certain frame of mind to keep on going.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because I could decide to go the other way and nothing is going to move.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that if I need to do anything that gets my brain straight, yeah, I got to do it, because we have a bigger
purpose.
Bigger purpose to fry.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate that I'm sharing this with you, but I hope you get my frustration.
Yeah.
And see the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
No company is gotten to this level.
Yeah. All your frustrations are valid.
Company.
All your frustrations are valid, and you know, like I've said before, it reminds me of a lot of thoughts and frustrations I've had in the past as well. So I understand where you're coming from, for sure. Don't worry.
90% of Gen AI companies fail.
Yeah.
It was on the news. That's why the AI bubble, there's a lot of stocks, especially the big boys, are all crumbling. Why? Because they're like, this thing is not really working. It is actually working. We have seen it here. And we have not even put a lot of effort to even make it to the 99. It's working. It makes sense. It's telling you, look at, this is my screen right here. This is live. It's not deployed, but you can see.
Mm-hmm.
You can see. Straight to the point, and it tells you.
No, I believe that it's working. No, like, and I mean, I just saw it. So yeah, I definitely.
The stocks that they recommended in the morning, this morning, is exactly what happened at the end of the day. The same stocks. I can show you some of the trade this morning.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's working. But you know why it's working so well? There is already 93.7% model engine. There's already a design that is so accurate, getting the user to make a decision. Now, the chatbot doesn't need to do much. It just needs to interpret better than you and will not be biased like you. So we're not just we're solving the emotional problem that was constantly breaking my brain for the last couple of years. We've solved what, why, and when. But then, when making a trade, I tend to want to play with the ones that I know. Now I'm moving away from that, where let's play with what is really what it is. If I see NVIDIA, see AMD, I don't have to buy NVIDIA and AMD every day. Because I'm now biased. Tell the bot to give you a recommendation. It's not going to recommend AMD and NVIDIA. It's going to tell you what it sees. You go with what it sees, you are always going to be winning. I'll stop.
Right.
Gotta go.
Right. But yeah, bro.
Just pray for me, because we need prayers now. Then
I got you.
We need prayers. I mean, and you just call me and say, man, I think I've seen your frustration. I got a deal for you. I'll be dancing. I'll be jumping up. The world will be a better place. Because it's not about me. It's not about me now. There's a lot of millions of people that needs this to win so that they can win.
Right. Right.
They need this us to win. It's not even me now. It's not even my direct family. There are millions of people who need this to succeed so that they can succeed. So it's bigger than me.
Yeah. I'm with you. But I think it starts with the partnerships. I know it starts with the partnerships. That's our key. That's our path to raising the capital. So that's why I'm so laser focused on that. Still doing, things related to venture capital and raising funding. I've myself signed up for a few events that I'm going to be going to. One of them is next month on the 11th. So there'll be some VCs there. I'm actually going to do a pitch.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I'm actually present the deck that I just showed you. So I'll actually.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna update it with the hedge funds, figure out where to put that in. But I am gonna be presenting a pitch on the 11th. At an event here in Atlanta. So that'll be good. And
I think you're the right partner. You're the right person. And last time we discussed I told you 7.5. Maybe what about the 10%? So we can meet ourselves halfway.
Yeah.
Because we've not even spoken about that, and you're already working. I have somebody else who told me for them to blink a finger, I'll have to pay $7,000. And I blinked a finger, and they've done nothing. And they keep lying every day.
Yeah.
They still keep lying, and you look at people and say, huh. So you would prefer a peanut over a $10 billion or a 50 or 500 or even $100 million that you can get from an equity on a product that's already built. What would you have preferred?
Yeah, $7,000 is nothing compared to the which is that makes no sense, right? $7,000 is not. It's nothing compared to.
We learn a lot about people, and it's also making me learn a lot. I spend a lot of time since I lost my 9 to 5. I spend more time actually thinking than working, and it's been helpful.
Yeah.
It's been helpful. Yeah. I live my life by faith. I've always lived by faith. I recall one last story before we go. One last story. I recall one year I was writing an exam. That was in 2004.
Uh-huh.
I was traveling. I planned to travel to Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for visa. The visa was meant to arrive, and I was meant to do a project, my final project at school.
Uh-huh.
So that was August 12th. So a startup supervisor from University of Calabar came, and he was doing the project with everybody. When it got to my turn, that was like 8 o'clock at night. The guy said he was tired, and I needed to do that presentation so I can get a flight to Lagos that day. Here am I I could not get it done because a supervisor that came in from another state said he was tired. And it was my turn. Okay, the next day, we waited outside till around 9 o'clock before we started. But I remember the conversation I never forgot. There was a girl in my class who looked at me and he said, "Why do you have so much faith in life?" Wow. I never forgot that conversation. Why do you have so much faith in life? So my life is faith. When I do things, when I make steps, the average human mind will not understand. That's why they write a book and put things on paper. They'll find it difficult to figure me out. Because I live by faith. I'm not in the pool of people. I'm an outlier. If you profile me, it makes sense. You're just going to circle me out because I'm not going to be in the pool. It doesn't make sense in every angle. My numbers doesn't make sense. Why? Personally, is because I live by faith. So yes, today I'm complaining. But this time next year, I'm going to tell you that we had this conversation and we'll be complaining about something bigger, but we have passed this level. That's how I see things. But if I think about it now, my brain will not, I can't see the future. It's like when I look at the next 3 months predictions, you can't see it. It's hard to see it. How can you say this company will go down in 3 months' time with an X%? You can't see it. Until 3 months' time, you remember, you say, well, actually, this thing actually worked. But at that time, you did not see it. It didn't make sense to you. That's how I live my life. I'm going to end here.
Yeah. All right, bro. Yeah, we'll talk. Let's just kind of keep this going. We'll talk next Friday, and we'll just take it from there.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks for the and good luck with the pitching. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
thank you very much. Thanks, man.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. Anyway, so that is the end of the meeting between Victor and I. So y'all just saw that, right? We just went through the pitch deck for investors, and hold on, I need to check to see when this event is. I don't feel like going to any networking events. I'm a little I'm a little over it today. I don't feel like it. But this is how it goes. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yes, here's a reminder. It's at 6. Let me see something. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get there at 6. It's already after 5. But and that's mainly because I gotta go take a shower. So I gotta take a shower. Probably need to wash something. I don't know. I'm always washing. So I probably need to wash some. I need to wash some. But anyway, that's y'all just heard that meeting with saw that meeting with Victor and I. Um, a lot, man. It's a lot going on. Sometimes, he's obviously, really passionate about the product, as he should be. So, sometimes he can, when he starts talking about the product, you can see the passion coming through. And, most of the time I just listen to him. You know, when when that passion comes out. But I thought it was productive. We went through the pitch deck like y'all saw. I like the pitch deck as is. I think it's you know, I think it's more straightforward than the last one was, like kind of straight into the point, which is what I like. I feel like that's how you should be when it comes to VCs. You know, what's the problem? What's the solution? How much money can I make? Right. That's all the VCs care about. So like I said, we covered that. We covered the what else did we cover? We covered kind of what we should be looking to raise right now. Y'all saw that 12 million. Um, you know, the t-shirts. I feel like we need t-shirts. When we go to different events and stuff like that. And then sales infrastructure. We're gonna need that. It's not that important right now because like I can kind of do stuff ad hoc, like just kind of on my own, without needing to have this whole sales system set up through HubSpot and LinkedIn and whatnot. But that is going to matter, as we scale. And then we talked about what the priority should be. I wasn't sure if Victor understood the priority, but I think he does. I mean, I know he's been talking a lot about fundraising, raising capital, but he also seems to understand how important it is for us to close a deal, right, with one of these partners. I wasn't sure if he understood just how important that is, but it seems like he does. So, yeah, man. And we talked about the team, right? And I can tell, we talked about some of the reservations he has and whatnot. I thought it was kind of funny. He was like, anyway, we just talking about when we were talking about the team. I thought that was kind of funny. But like I said, I gotta go take a shower, and then get ready to go to this event. I'm gonna need somebody. I need somebody to come to these events with me, and like, help me with streaming, right? Like, I said I was gonna bring y'all with me to these, but I can't. I don't want to hold my phone in people's faces. You know what I mean? It might. I'm trying to network, so it might throw people off if I'm trying to do that. See what I'm saying? How long is this event? Probably like 2 hours. Hopefully it's 3 hours, but it's probably like 2. Oh nah, it's like all okay. We good. Oh, no, that's tomorrow. Hold on, how long is this one? Oh no, it's saying bro. Oh no, this one's today. Okay, no, the one today is 3 hours. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So even if I get there at 7, we good, right? Which means I got like an hour and a half before I need to be there, which is perfect. Well, like I said, your boy gotta go take a shower. But yeah, I'll bring y'all. I mean, I can't bring y'all to the shower. Y'all ain't trying to see your boy naked. Y'all ain't trying to see that boy naked, but y'all can just I'll bring my Mac, just put it in the room in the shower. My graphic designer that was working on the pitch deck, he didn't come through, so I had to do it myself. So I'm gonna get a refund since he wanted to play. He was just playing. I don't know if I'm gonna work with him again. So yeah, like the pitch deck y'all saw me go through a lot of these changes, like the graphic design or whatever I had to do myself because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta type this for hold on. All right. So while I'm doing this, I am going to just go ahead and switch to the phone. That's the easiest thing to do, actually. Oh! So let me switch to the phone real quick. Okay. All right, bet. I think we're good now. Hold on, y'all. We're going. Go take a shower. Gotta get fresh. Gotta get fresh. Yeah, you going up there smelling musty. Even I don't smell musty. But can't ever risk it. Can never risk that. Can never risk it, man. You know it's love with y'all, cause usually when I come up here and take a shower, I gotta put some tunes on. using that UK slang. I gotta put some tunes on. But I ain't, I'm like, nah. Let me go ahead and stream. But I will do that though. I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, let me put that in the chat just so y'all know what's going on. Hold up. Alright. So I'm about to hop in the shower now. Had to go get a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna put y'all on mute for a little while. Should be like 15, 20 minutes. Something like that. And we back. We back. So I'm about to head to this networking event in the city. Because I'm gonna need GPS. Alright, Twitch gotta figure that out. But because I'm gonna need GPS, I'm gonna be able to stream on my way there. Because you can't stream and use the, Google Apps or Apple Maps for that matter. But that's where I'm headed. See if we can meet some potential partners or investors, something, right? That's the goal. Yup. Let's see. We didn't get our water in today, man. I have to get some water in my system on the way to this event. All right, y'all, this is where I'm gonna end the stream. Like I said, about to head to this networking event. See if we can meet some VCs or some potential partners for Trend Neurons, or even for my agency. So we just, yeah, that's what we got going on. I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I should be back like noon tomorrow. So yeah, y'all just be sure to check in with me. All right.